Hello, today we're going to start your first composition project called the rhythm rondo. A rondo is a form that has a main section called A that repeats, but then in between that it has other sections like B and C which provide variety. These directions that you're looking at right here can be found in Edmodo. I'm going to walk you through them step by step in GarageBand. Feel free to pause the video at any point so you can do each step after I do it. Step one, we're going to open GarageBand and create a new project. You come up here, File New, if you don't already get this window. Then click Empty Project. On the next page, you're going to click the green Software instrument because you're going to be controlling the drums through the keyboard. Step two, we're going to save this by coming up to the File menu, choosing Save. You're going to call it Rondo, R-O-N-D-O, and then your last name. And you're going to save that right to the desktop. If desktop doesn't come up here, you may need to click this arrow right here to get more choices, and then over here on the side, choose desktop. That's going to make it a lot easier to find later on when you need to move this file. Step four, we're going to change the tempo. 120 is kind of quick to record. I recommend 80 or maybe just above, just below. Somewhere in the 80s or 90s is good. Step five, you're going to make sure that the cycle region button is turned on. When it's turned on, it should be yellow, and that brings up this yellow highlighter right here. That's going to be your loop region, so as you're recording, it's going to loop around through that section. Also, please confirm that your purple metronome button is turned on. If it's gray, it's off. If it's purple, it's on. You want it to be purple and on. Next, go to the GarageBand menu and click on Preferences. We want to make sure that Cycle On is set to merge. It might already be set there, but please, before you start, confirm that that's on. Because if you start with that not being on merge, your first recording is not going to work at all. Now you get to choose your drum kit. Over here is a list of instruments. If you're not seeing drums right here, come right down to the bottom and choose a drum kit. You could choose either a regular drum kit or an electronic drum kit. You might find that you've got more choices of sounds in the electronic kit. I'm just going to take the first standard drum kit right here. Just so that you can see what I'm doing, I am going to open a keyboard right here. You really don't need that keyboard open just for this video. So each key on the keyboard now becomes a different drum sound. What you want to do is find 3 or 4 of those that you really like to use for your A section. So I'm going to use C1 and the notes around that for my A section. So I click record. It's going to give me a little count off. And the first time through the loop, I recommend you just listen and tap the pulse. Make sure you've got a firm hold on the beat. 1 and 2 and ready and go. 2. As it loops around then, just listen to it and really feel that pulse again. The first couple layers, you want to start out really simple. Notice my first layer had a bunch of rest. Now I'm filling in just a couple of those rests. After you get your second layer down, listen to it again. Once you get to layer 3 and 4 and 5, you can start to add some more complex stuff in. And whenever you feel like you've got enough layers, you can stop your recording. Notice that I started out really, really simple. Something with a lot of rest for your first layer, like boom, rest, rest, rest. That will allow you to hear the metronome and lock into the metronome. If you're happy with your A, you can move on to your B section. Simply grab the highlighter region, move it over, find a couple other keys that you want to use. I'm going to use those keys as the basis for my B section. Click record and listen to it all the way through one time. As you're listening, tap the beat somewhere on your leg or on the table or on your heart. Give yourself a count off. 1 and 2 and ready and go. And keep it simple the first time through. Then listen to it. Make sure you're happy with what you have. As it loops back around, add your next layer. And I like what I have there, so I'm going to pause. Oh, just for the record, that phone sound was not part of the drum set, but an actual phone ringing in the background. A little bonus for you right there. So I've got my A section right here. My B section right here. And remember, the goal is to go A, B, A, C, A. So I need another A. You can simply copy and paste that over. To highlight it, we want to click on it so that we get the light green highlighter at the top of it and go Edit, Copy, move the cursor to where you want it, go Edit, Paste. Now I've got A, B, A. I'm ready for my C. I move that over, find a couple other sounds that I like. Going to use those sounds and go through the same process. Click record. Listen to the pulse one time and just tap it out somewhere. And my first layer, really simple. 1, 2, and ready and go. And lots of rest in your first layer. Let it loop around, tap the beat again. So I've got a few holes I need to fill in there with something yet. I'll make this my last pass. So now I've got A, B, A, C. I just need to copy paste my A one more time. I click on it to highlight it, go Edit, Copy, move over to the end. Make sure my cursor is right where I want it on 17. Paste it in. So now I've got my whole A, B, A, C, A here. If I want to listen to the whole thing, I have to turn off the yellow highlighter region like that, and I'm ready to go. All right, have fun with your